Are there not drivers out there that got enough funding to get in these seats? Junior Motorsports is known as being one of the elite. Raja is somebody that Rick Hendricks really got his eyes on. That 7 car, if you're not performing in that 7 car, you're going to be fired.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to a great week. We got some interesting things to talk about here today. We've obviously seen different drivers being fired here recently. Now this week, we're seeing a lot of announcements about drivers being hired. A lot of musical chairs going on right now. And I'm going to tell you, I don't have nothing planned. We're just talking right now. That's what we're doing right here. We're just going off the top of our head. We're going to discuss this stuff. Announcement today with Spire Motorsports, which I'm going to get to that here in a second. By now, most of you probably know. If not, we'll talk about it here in a second. But the thing I want to start out with right here is the announcements that come out yesterday about Junior Motorsports. And this is the announcement that basically everybody who drives for Trackhouse Racing is going to be competing part-time in Junior Motorsports equipment for 2026. Now, obviously, this is Connor Zilic, Ross Chastain, and SVG. Great names to have in your equipment. Great chances at winning every time you go out there on a racetrack, especially on them road courses. But the thing is, this is kind of concerning to me in different ways. Now, what I mean by this is Junior Motorsports is known as being one of the elite top teams in the Xfinity Series. This is a team that has bred champions. Everybody that comes through that organization usually does really good and has went on to become Cup champions, to become Cup winners and everything else. This is a valuable seat in the Xfinity Series. And what's concerning to me right now is, are there not drivers out there that got enough funding to get in these seats? This is scary because if you got this top equipment and it's going to cost this much to get in these seats and sponsors aren't doing it, that's concerning. Because if you look at it, most drivers got multiple sponsors, but to not have enough to run a full season, that's concerning. And we got 2 teams that are going to run. We got Justin Allgaier, who's going to be out there in that 7 car. Pretty much looks like after next year, it's going to be over for him. And as far as retiring. And then you got Sammy Smith in that 8 car. Now, again, you look at this right here. Justin Allgaier retires. Sponsorship goes away. He's had that sponsorship forever. Doubt they're really going to stick around. They could, depending on who was coming along. But I would see them maybe downsizing on their sponsorship in different ways. So would that possibly leave Junior Motorsports with 3 part-time teams that they got to find drivers for, multiple sponsors, multiple drivers to make this happen? That's concerning. Because you would think, with this being a championship team, one of the most valuable seats in Xfinity Series, that sponsors and drivers would be aligned to be able to run a full-time season. But we've seen it. Carson Clappel, he's not going to run a full season next year because he does not have the full year's funding. And this, again, is heartbreaking in so many ways. But it shows how much sponsorship really means to get in these seats. And I hate to say it, that it's a buy-a-ride situation. But that's kind of what it is. And you look at the aspect with Rajah Cruz. Rajah's got HendrickCars.com behind him. He's coming over to drive for Junior Motorsports next year. But again, doesn't have a full-time seat because the sponsorship money's not there. And this is a team that's associated with Rick Hendrick, meaning Junior Motorsports. But it's not going to happen as far as full-time for 2026. And I think Rajah is somebody that Rick Hendricks really got his eyes on for a long run in the future. So what do you think? Is it concerning this is going on, or am I just overthinking it a little bit? But also the idea of all the Trackhouse drivers in Junior. Is there something down the pipe here, maybe, that's going to transpire? Because if your part-time teams or teams more turn into part-time teams, could be a good time to move up the Cup. So, guess we'll see. But the other news is that the Spire Motorsports number 7 seat is no longer cold and vacant. Here we go. Guy who just was let go, Daniel Suarez over there at Trackhouse. Trackhouse just keeps coming up so much today. Signing over there with Spire Motorsports. Great deal. Kind of, people really thought this was going to happen to start with anyways. But it's good for Daniel. Glad to see this happen. Sponsorship. He's got the sponsorship. That's one of the things that's making this happen in so many great aspects. It was interesting because I heard Daniel say earlier today that the Freeway Insurance Company that's on the side of the car, they're going to be running this at Daytona, that their employees and their customers are 75% Hispanic, or Latinos, basically. So they're going to be strong with Daniel throughout his career. And I mentioned it in the other ones about Coca-Cola, because I know Coca-Cola, big in Mexico, they got a good connection. They're going to stand behind Daniel. Other partners right there, so he's got good partners. But I'm going to say this much right here. I think this is Daniel's time to shine, or the limelight might be over. Because here we are. He's going to this team right here. He's been with Joe Gibbs Racing. He's been with Trackhouse Racing. He's going to Spire. Spire, obviously, that 7 car. If you're not performing in that 7 car, you're going to be fired. We've seen that. I mean, you go back to, you got Corey LaJoya was in there 2 years ago, out the door. Justin Haley comes over from Rick Ware Racing to go back with Spire, gets in that 7 car, out the door. And now here's Daniel in that seat, which to me is a hot seat. Let's put it that way. I think the sponsors will help keep things going. You've been past the year 1 or so. But if Daniel does not perform now, I kind of see a downward slide of his future as far as landing any solid Cup rides or anything like that moving forward. So I really hope he does good. Daniel's a very talented driver, great guy. I'm rooting for these guys. I want to see something good happen with this. I would love to see him go over there and turn that team around and really do good and possibly get a win for him. Because again, I like Daniel, and he's good for the sport. So hopefully it all works out with him, and we see some beneficial things for the whole race team, for all of Spire Motorsports, with Daniel Suarez coming over there. But anyways, again, what are your thoughts on these topics right here? I'm really curious about the whole thing with Junior, above all. And do you think that this is Daniel's last shot? You think this is it? It's either go or go home. Hate to put it that way, but this is NASCAR, and we see it happen. So, but anyways, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, comment down below, give this episode a like, share it, show it to your grandma. She's going to love it, I promise you. But once again, hope everybody's out there having a great week. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.